was an absolute waste of time. It was all fiction. I think the entire world knows what, the Afghan journalist, the kind of questions she put to Sherry Rehman. And I'm sure after the cameras are off, Sherry also said, you really put me in a corner, because Sherry was trying to defend the indefensible. Puneet, as Ambassador Goel rightly said, and I'm going to move on from Pakistan. It's not about Pakistan. Yes, I mean, Operation Sindoor, let's not fool ourselves, is not going to solve the problem of terrorism. At best, we've created the narrative that will impose a cost, and we've created the strategic space for us to now act. So, anything that happens, it'll be paid back, and paid back nice and well. But Vineet, I'll give you 8 reasons why the world is absolutely and conveniently quiet, and why Pakistan is conveniently swept under the carpet. I think the United States just put a ban on 15, 20 some countries into the US. And why wasn't Pakistan there? That's $1 billion question. Where was Osama bin Laden found? That's $1 billion question. Americans billed $32 billion to Pakistan. Pakistan fleeced $32 billion, and still bin Laden was found in Pakistan. That's again $1 billion question. So Vineet, now I'll give you 8 reasons why I think the West is conveniently quiet. I mean, Russia or the state of Israel or China doesn't send their delegates all across the world and, preaching to the choir. I mean, the world doesn't know what's going on in Pakistan. Suddenly, from Pahalgam, the entire narrative will now shift to 2 nuclear states. And, we are always hyphenated with a failed state like Pakistan, which has the GDP of less than the state of Maharashtra's municipal corporation budget. I mean, the first 3 companies in India, the biggest 3 companies in India, their turnover is more than, the GDP of Pakistan. So I think that one doesn't need rocket science for all of that. But I'll give you the 8 reasons. Number 1 is Pakistan's geostrategic location. A lot of activity is going to happen now into the Indo-Pacific. So Pakistan has borders with India. The world wants to control us. Iran, America has great interest in it. China, again, America has great interest in it. And Afghanistan, which is unfinished business for America. Plus the coastline of the Arabian Sea and, the Indian Ocean. I mean, the Strait of Hormuz, where, the Persian Gulf and the Arabian Sea. And now it's going to be all about the trade routes and how we, American hegemony might be there, but American financial is up for revision. So now a lot of it is going to be on America versus China. There'll be 2 different poles. And, like George Bush said, either you are in this camp or in that camp. And fortunately or unfortunately, we're in the middle. One of the reasons why we didn't get the kind of traction we should have gotten was because, we have always wanted to have a strategic autonomy. I mean, I was in a lecture in Delhi where, Eric Garcetti, the outgoing American ambassador, said that India needs to decide, because in a time of war, you can't have the cake and eat it. And that's probably the reason why Donald Trump has not put Pakistan into that travel ban. The World Bank, IMF still gave them a loan, and his family is now doing business with the cryptocurrency. So there is a lot more to happening to Pakistan, and it's the West that's involved. My 4th point, Iran. My 5th point, Afghanistan. My 6th point, China. My 7th point is India, the largest economy, and America wants to have its foot there, because a lot of economies, in the future or even now are in this part of the world. India, China itself put together is huge. And then again, Pakistan, which is a rent and an army country, which can be available for the price. So the West sees Pakistan pretty much, lack of a better example, of somebody who was a 4th grade cancer, and they just put him on the ventilator and induce enough blood to keep them alive and use them for their, strategic interests, and then, pull it back. And the beauty is Pakistan realizes that. They realize that they're a tool in the hands of the West, and they try and balance between America and China, fleecing both of them. They fleeced America in the War of Terror, and they fleeced by China on the Belt Road Initiative. So Pakistan is actually playing out to the first and the second largest economy in the world. And unfortunately, we have a bad neighbor, and we have to pay a price for it. Vineet, thank you.
You're absolutely right. And every point and perspective shared on today's show has set a tone and exposed Pakistan for what it is. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Ambassador Goel, Sumit Peer, General Sudhakar Ji, and Mr. Lali, appreciate you taking out the time and speaking with us. Thank you so much. All right. As